For example, 5, we want to find the points of intersection between this circle and this line. Now, a circle and a line could intersect in 0 points. They could intersect in 1 point if it's a tangent line, or they could intersect in 2 points if it's a secant line. We can graph this. This will kind of give us a picture of what's going on. To graph this, for this circle, we should be able to see that our center is 0, 0. You don't see that h and k, that normally it's written as x minus some value squared, y minus some value squared. Well, those values are 0 if you subtract them and just get x squared and just get y squared. And then our radius is the square root of 32. Now the square root of 25 is 5, the square root of 36 is 6. So this value is somewhere between 5 and 6. And then for the line, we can graph that line because by graphing our y-intercept of 8 and our slope of 1, or 1 over 1. So let's graph these on the same coordinate plane. Now, the graph of the circle, like I said, the radius is somewhere between 5 and 6. You could put square root of 32 into your calculator and get a better approximation of that. But we know it's between 5 and 6. And then if you graph that line, you'll have a line that starts at 8, that's your b, and then your slope is 1 over 1, so you could go up 1 over 1, you could go down 1 to the left 1. So you can draw those and get a sketch of what's going on. But most of the time it won't be easy to tell what this intersection point would be. But we can do this algebraically. Since y is equal to x plus y, we can replace y with x plus 8 into this equation. So we can substitute in place of y, we can put x plus 8, and then solve that equation. So using substitution, we have this. We will square this. That means we'll have to FOIL it. So we'll have x times x is x squared, x times 8 is 8x, 8 times x is 8x, and then 8 squared is 64. If we combine the 8x and 8x, we get 16x. Now, let's combine our like terms here. X squared plus x squared is 2x squared. And we can go ahead and subtract 32 from each side, and we get 32 over here. If you want, you can go ahead and divide by a factor of 2 because they all are even. So we divide both sides of the equation by 2. 0 divided by any number is still 0. Now if we factor this, this is a trinomial, so it will factor using the reverse of FOIL. Square root, or the factors that come up with x squared or x times x. The factors that multiply to get 16 and add to get positive 8 are 4 and 4. So we could write x plus 4 times x plus 4, or we could just write x plus 4 squared equal to 0. Once you have a product equal to 0, you can set each factor equal to 0, or you can think of this as just taking the square root of each side. You would have x plus 4 equals 0, and then subtract 4 from each side and get negative 4. So x is equal to negative 4. Once you have the x value, you'll substitute it back in. Now it's going to be easier to go to the line versus the circle. If you replace x with negative 4, then you'll have a little bit more steps to find y versus going to the line. So we'll go back to that equation on the line. We'll replace x with negative 4 and solve this. Negative 4 plus 8 is positive 4, so y is positive 4. If we put our x and our y together, we get negative 4, 4. So that is in fact the point of intersection to the circle. So that means that was a tangent line.